Hey, sisters and brothers, soldiers and warriors. This is your sister Fire, and welcome back to my channel, y'all. I hope you all are in good graces and in good health. Today, your sister Fire is coming to speak with y'all about what is a spirit spouse or spiritual spouse, and what do they want? See, I found this to be a very interesting topic to speak about to you all, because this is something that I am constantly learning about, my brothers and sisters. This is also something that I am currently going through, okay, and coming out of. And it's a very pertinent, important topic to discuss, because it's going on so much in this world and in the spirit realm. And a lot of us don't know anything about it, especially those of us who live over here in the United States. We just haven't been taught a lot about these things, spiritual things, most of us anyway. So today, we're going to learn about what is a spirit spouse and what do they want, okay? And I can tell you now, sometime in the near to distant future, meaning sometime between 6 months to maybe 2 years, I'll probably be coming out with another updated video about this. Because like I said, I'm constantly learning, okay? And I constantly want to keep you all informed. Okay, so that you all are enlightened and aware, my brothers and sisters. So let's go ahead and get into it. So, what is a spirit spouse? Okay, well, we all know what a spouse is. Okay, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, and then the spirit. Okay, and so spirit spouse. But to get a little bit deeper, let's go there. So a spirit spouse is a violating demon that often visits people in their dreams and or the physical world to have sex with you. Okay? A spirit spouse is a violating demon that often visits people in their dreams and or the physical world to have sex with you. Now, just think about that for a minute. Let's say you are married, right? But then you have a spirit spouse. That don't sound right, do it? And it's not right. And that's why they are violating demons. Okay, and a lot of the time, not to jump the gun here, but since we on the subject, a lot of the times the purpose of the spirit spouse, and not a lot of the times, let me say this correctly, the purpose of the spirit spouse is to keep you from being married, whether you are a man or a woman. Okay, because these spirit spouses come in male and female form. Okay, they are male spirits and also female spirits. Okay, and a demon is nothing but a spirit. It is an unclean spirit, my brothers and sisters. Okay, so moving on to what I was going to say next, leading with what I just said, one of their purposes is to stop you from being married. Okay? Now, their goal is also to possess you and be able to access you at all times, and also have sex with you when they want. I'm going to say that again, my brothers and sisters. Another part of their goal besides stopping you from getting married, is to possess you and be able to access you at all times and have sex with you whenever they want. Okay? So as I go along just reading these things and explaining these things to you all, if you already don't know, of course, is just reading this to you all is just screaming, violating. Okay? These demons are violating us when they do these things. Okay? They are violating us when they do these things. Now, here are a few examples of how they do it, okay? These are a few examples that I'm about to give you of how they violate us, what they do to become our spirit spouses, okay? Yes. So one of the things that they do, okay, is they will visit you in your dreams, okay? And they will visit you in your dreams and try to have sex with you. A lot of men may experience wet dreams behind a spirit spouse, okay? Behind a lustful demon who enters into their dream state, which is nothing but the spirit realm, okay? When we fall asleep, most of the time we are in the spirit realm. When we dream, we are in the spirit realm, okay? And I said most of the time is because when we first fall asleep, we're not all the way there yet. But once you get into your sleep good, you are now in the spirit realm. So that's the only reason why I used the word that I used, which I think was maybe. And I had to just clarify that because I didn't want to sound contradicting. So yes. So a female, if a male spirit demon comes into her dreams, you know, he will try to have sex with her, as I stated before. And so she may have sexual dreams as to where the male, when the demon comes in, may try to have the male have sex with her, and then he'll wake up, you know, had a wet dream. The female, the demon will come in and probably give you a sexual dream, okay? And sometimes you may wake up, you know, a little wetter down there, okay? Because you have just been having sex in your dream. But we all know that everything that happens in the spirit realm transfers over to the what? The natural, the physical realm. So that's how you would be able to actually wake up with a wet dream, or wake up, you know, wet between the legs if you're a woman. Another, I want to say, or another tactic that they use, another thing that these spirit spouses will do is they will seduce you in your dreams. And this can happen to a male or a female. So, you know, you may be having a dream, and it may actually be a repeated dream, because I've had this happen to me. And it's somebody in that dream, this one particular man or one particular woman, or in these different dreams, you just have a man or a woman, doesn't have to be a particular one, that just keeps trying to seduce you, keeps trying to have you or make you have sex with it. Okay? That is a spirit spouse. That is a demon who has come into your dreams. Okay? It's not a real person. It is a demon. Okay, my brothers and sisters. So if you have this happen to you in your dreams, don't have sex with them. And I'll get more into that in just a moment. Another effect of these attacks and their antics and tactics against us is you may experience what they like to call sleep paralysis. Okay. If you're from anywhere near where I'm from, we call it the devil riding your back. Some other people from other regions and areas call it a monkey on your back. You know what I mean? Different people have their different lingos for it. But I think the most universal term for it is spiritual, sorry, not spiritual, is sleep paralysis. Okay. So when you experience this, this is another sign that you may be being attacked by a spirit spouse. Okay. And that can happen to both male and female. Now, I'm trying, how I want to say it. What I have not heard, and it's not saying that it hasn't been spoken about, but me personally, I haven't come across any content, any literature or anything like that stating about how these spirits will also cross over from the 5D, meaning the spirit realm, and over to the 3D, meaning the physical realm. Okay. Yes, a spirit spouse will definitely do that. I am a living witness. Okay. So I know this from experience. I hear about it all the time in the 5D, how they come and they have sex with you. But I've never heard anyone spoken about how they will actually possess someone's body in order to come to you and have physical sex with you and do whatever else they desire to act out with you. Yes, my brothers and sisters. Let me give you an example of something. Or let me ask you a question. Have you ever dated someone, and when you met that someone, or not even just dating, maybe just met someone, and when you met that someone, you said, oh my gosh, he reminds me of my ex. Or, oh my gosh, she reminds me of my ex. And let's say you and that person part ways. A few months come down the line, or a year down the line, you meet another person that's just like your ex, or just like, I don't know. Well, speaking of spirit spouses, it's normally going to be the opposite sex. Okay. It's because they like to come and have sex with you. So we're going to stay on the boyfriends. But let's say, like I said, 6 months to a year down the line, you run into another man, another potential love interest or whatever. And you notice, my goodness, he reminds me of not only the last guy I met, but the guy before that, my ex. They all act the same. That right there, my brothers and sisters, is a prime example of how a spirit spouse will still violate you, or at least try to violate you. They just decided to cross over from the spirit realm over to the physical realm. So what they did was they possessed someone's body, Okay, because demon possession is real. Okay. So they possess someone's body and then they came to you in the physical realm rather than just trying to get in through your dreams. Let's say you're spiritual and you know how to block